Monona Grove touchdown.
Well, Jaden, you guys had to bounce back from a real tough loss last week, and you came out here, got a lead, and then Edgewood gave you a game for a while. What was this game like, and how tough was it to bounce back from last week?
I mean, we just watched film from last week and just kind of critiqued our mistakes and stuff. And I mean, we didn't come out we came out kind of flat, I thought, but we bounced back and just played all 4 quarters. Just played to the end.
Getting that lead, you showed you can control clock. You can also score quickly with that big pass play to Connor. I guess it wasn't quite as quick as last week, but it showed you can put points on the board in a hurry. What was key there? I guess especially with Connor's big catch and run.
I mean, just fundamentally, just offensively, just having the technique sound and just giving Percy time to just make plays. I mean, they're gonna run the routes and get open. We just gotta give them time at the offensive line standpoint.
When they got back to 14-7, you go into half that way. What was said at halftime? You won. I thought maybe you lost the second quarter, but you sure won the third quarter in a big way.
I mean, just keep your heads up. Just come out and play hard. We offensively just wanted to score right away coming in with the ball, and just had to make that statement. Just come out.
And you did that, and you pull away, with a great win. I guess, how good do you feel 2 games in? You gave a team that a lot of people think can win another one, all they could handle last week, and then you put away Edgewood here tonight.
Conference play. It's conference play. This game meant more than last. Last week was a big game, obviously, but this counts for something because it's conference. Just getting to be conference champs, just 1 game at a time, really.
I thought for a half you had the right game plan. It seemed as though you won that second quarter and at least had them thinking going into halftime. Talk about the first half first of all, because I thought it was a big positive, rallying back from a 14-0 deficit.
Yeah, like I told the kids, I thought we improved from last week. We made more things happen offensively. Unfortunately, we missed the field goal and kind of self-destructed early, but at halftime we felt pretty good, like our kids were back to competing and not worrying about what was happening. But unfortunately, they came right out and asserted themselves in the second half, and then we didn't get the first down, and I think we only had 3 plays the third quarter.
Yeah.
And then when we started to move after they busted it open a little bit, then we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with the penalties and stuff. We're going through growing pains,
You are.
They have some really good skill people, and they put us in some uncomfortable situations like we did people last year. And so we just need some of our young kids to step up and play better. And hopefully, we've seen 2 really good teams.
Yeah.
And hopefully the schedule comes back to meet us a little bit.
Your quarterback, I thought, did a nice job in terms of helping you mix it up a little bit. You had a good running attack at times, and then you were able to kind of spread the field.
Just too inconsistent, and that's part of having a young quarterback and young offensive linemen and young running backs. And like I said, we got better. And like I told the kids, we're going to keep getting better, and now we got to start winning games and eliminate some of those mistakes. Anything
about Monona Grove that really set them apart in the second half? Is it just execution?
The quarterback was the difference in terms of his, again, he's a senior kid, even though he didn't play quarterback last year, is just his poise, being able to find guys being able to make people miss in the open. Here's the difference in the game. You know, they have the three great skill kids on the perimeter, and they have the big linemen to kind of pound, so they can really mix and match pretty good.
Well, Brett, you guys had the unenviable task of having to come back off a tough, heartbreaking loss last week, but it sure seems like you were all business coming out here tonight. Why don't you tell us what the mindset was coming in against Edgewood?
You know, we were just coming out, trying to rebound from that loss. I thought, from Wanakee, thought we had them, but came out 14-7 going into half. We were looking for a bigger lead, but, you know, kind of sparked some energy in the locker room to come out and play harder.
Yeah, it was a lot different game this week than last. I mean, it took, you know, all of a couple minutes to score 14 last week, and you got a 14-0 lead, but then things kind of stalled. What did Edgewood take away from you? What did you have to correct at halftime?
Well, Edgewood was playing zone defense in the secondary, so we couldn't really pass the ball as well as we did against Wanakee, but our O-line stepped it up this game. They really got a good push up front, and that's got to give it to O-line.
I thought you dominated the third quarter and wore them down in the fourth, and I'm sure that's what you plan to do the rest of the year. How good was that second half, and how good does it feel to get the first win of 2012?
Feels good. Feels good to get it under our belt. And third quarter, took like 7 minutes off the clock on that first drive, and that's I think that's where we knew we had them beat. Just long offensive drives, a lot of run plays, and just pounded it on the defense.
I wanted to ask you quick about that first half touchdown pass to Connor. It kind of showed all the things that work with MG's offense, the pass, and then he did a nice job breaking away from coverage and taking it the rest of the way. What did you see on the play, and how neat was it to see him bust one?
Well, I was supposed to read safety on that one, so I was reading Bondoc on that. Looked him off to Evan, who was running down the seam on the right, and just lofted over to James. He did the rest. And
you close them out in the second half with a good, strong performance, and you got Fort Atkinson next week. The start to the season has been no picnic for you guys. What's it been like having to, really play ready football these first 3 games?
Well, we knew we had a tough schedule coming out to start the season, and we just knew we had to have the right mindset going into all these games, and I think we have had them both for these first 2 so far, so I think we'll have it for the third one as well.
As 1-1 goes, how good do you feel about that, given that the team that you lost to is a 3-time defending state champion, and now you come out and get your first win? All things considered, has it been a pretty good start for you guys?
I think so, yeah. We wanted to get that win, but of course we didn't, so came out here swinging against Edgewood, knew we had to get it, and we're looking to get one against Fort next week.
Outstanding. Brett, nice job tonight.